Apoya a tu novena favorita en cada una de sus carreras. MLB, los jueves, partidos exclusivos por ViX. Este lunes la emoción de la Copa Mundial de la FIFA 2026 se vive solo por ViX, con juegos exclusivos de los grandes candidatos al título. España contra Cabo Verde, Bélgica contra Egipto, Arabia Saudita contra Uruguay e Irán contra Nueva Zelanda. El Mundial es nuestro, vívelo solo por ViX, porque ViX te trae más que nadie. Aquí se habla de más.
Estará en toda la ciudad.
De todo lo que está pasando en el mejor torneo del mundo.
Siempre eres bien.
Los equipos que están participando y sus historias.
Afinando los últimos.
Disfruta con nosotros. Más deporte. Este domingo, 11 de la mañana, con las estrellas.
El maratón inauguración final ya comenzó.
Y ellos te harán sentir toda la emoción, la pasión y la entrega de cada partido. Porque la Copa Mundial de la FIFA 2026 se vive con los que saben de lo que hablan. El Mundial es nuestro. Vívelo por Televisa y ViX.
Caros señores, amigos y amigas, estamos aquí para llevarles la gran semifinal, la primera semifinal de esta Copa del Mundo, la 22ª edición en Qatar, en este precioso y hermoso
para a Copa de 2022, na goleada por 4-0 contra a seleção jamaicana. Foi justamente aí que o Canadá carimbou o passaporte para a Copa do Catar.
E lá vem bola para a área de novo, não. Dessa vez o Basic sai tocando de lado. Vai receber de volta o camisa 13. Agora sim, ó. Zagueiros por lá, ele faz o levantamento, desvio pro meio. Ela sai de cabeça direto pela linha de fundo. É só tiro de meta pro Canadá. Dois times que não perdem há algum tempo, né? A Bósnia já são 9 meses sem derrotas, ou 8 jogos, enquanto a gente vê aí o Sergei Barbares, que assumiu a seleção da Bósnia em 2024. E do outro lado, a seleção do Canadá são 8 meses sem derrotas. 9 jogos. O Canadá que não disputou as eliminatórias, pôde jogar amistosos, não perdeu. Aí a bola recuada pelo Muvaremovic. Vasily. É a bola rebatida pelo Cornelius. Kolasinac. Tenta o lançamento longo. É boa, a bola já escapa o Lukic. Junto dele por ali para fazer a proteção. O Defugeros. A bola sai pela linha de fundo, é tiro de meta.
Luke Defugeros, zagueiro de 20 anos, pertence ao Fulham, mas jogou emprestado na Bélgica na última temporada. O escolhido para substituir o Moïse Bombito, enquanto ele ainda não fica 100% fisicamente. Defugeros tem uma história interessante. Ele nasceu na Inglaterra, mas com família toda canadense. E o pai dele, via LinkedIn, entrou em contato com o diretor de seleções do Canadá para poder apresentar o Defugeros. Foi dessa forma que ele passou a jogar pelas seleções de base e agora na principal.
A tentativa do passe de primeira bloqueado. Diga, Anderson.
Só para complementar a informação da Amanda, é um jogador que é muito inexperiente e claramente a torcida está tentando encorajar ele um pouco mais, o Luke Defugeros, no caso.
Ah, essa preocupação gigante por lá pela lesão do Bombito, né, que é o titular dessa defesa. O Luke Defugeros substituindo o Bombito. Ó a marcação do Vulcano dando certo aqui, ó. A torcida vai com ele. O desarme e a pressão acabaram dando resultado lateral canadense. Aí o Koné. Termina e manda pra frente ali o Koné. A sobra é da seleção da Bósnia. Tentativa do Kolasinac.
O Canadá já se fechando num 4-4-2, né? Na frente ali o Jonathan David e o Luachei e duas linhas de 4, né? Mais compactas. É dessa forma, né, que se defende a seleção do Jesse Martin. E com bola a gente vê que é sempre um estilo de botar velocidade, né? Estilo muito direto, com lançamento, né? Tentando aproveitar a verticalidade, né, dessa seleção e as transições. Não é uma seleção que faz questão de ter a bola, de reter a bola, né, de controlar essa posse. Ela gosta sempre de atacar com essa velocidade.
Aí a briga ali no meio do Demirovic. Vem também para a briga o Lukic. A sobra vai ser canadense.
Dentro del espíritu deportivo.
¿no? En el fútbol europeo, sobre todo en el
Sei bem, o meu faliu.
Então,
italiano, dando la cara por el fútbol de ese país.
Porque às vezes tem dono de restaurante.
Out of the gates here early on. Yeah, they're very much a side built on their press and their energy. We saw that even in the warm-up, didn't we, today? Trying to get them into that mindset even before we get to the real action. Forward by Johnston, looking for the pace and trickery of Buchanan. Managed to pull that down out of nowhere, really. But just teetered along that line. Out it went.
Good defending. You got to stay close, uptight with Buchanan, because you give him a bit of space, he'll get by, and he's quite happy to go one-on-one with players.
He was a mainstay at the 2022 World Cup. Tejon Buchanan assisted the Alfonso Davis headed goal, super headed goal against Croatia, the first ever World Cup goal for Canada.
Discord.
Canada today looking to try and get their first points on the board in World Cup football. They played 6 matches previously at finals in either 1986 or 2022, and having lost them all, only scored a couple of goals, and only one of those was actually scored by themselves, that Alfonso Davis header. The other an own goal against Morocco by Naya Fakir. One of those unfortunate players who's been ruled out of the tournament on the eve of its opening. Richie Larrea to throw in, Toronto-born. So an even more special day for him than for most out there in red. Left-hand side is Toronto natives, from a Canada point of view, Larrea and Miller.
लैंग्वेज आर क्या कौन लैंग्वेज में आइडियो यो राम्रो यो ऐसे क्वालिटी राम्रो
Só atuou em
look at this boy
em cima ali do Mehmet, que é o ponta pelo lado esquerdo, né?
yes क्वालिटी कस्तो है क्वालिटी राम्रो हो
Foram 4 expulsões. O Jesse March afastou essa preocupação falando, somos um time muito agressivo sem a bola, mas a nossa equipe não é suja. Só que essa questão das entradas mais duras foi muito tratada com o elenco, principalmente depois do jogo de ontem, Nardinho. Muitas expulsões na estreia da Copa do Mundo, e o Canadá está querendo evitar passar por isso.
Já teve o hat-trick do Wilton Pereira Sampaio ontem, né? São quase tantas expulsões quanto nas últimas 2 edições de Copa do Mundo inteira. Passamos de 12 minutos. Tem mais uma vez bola para dentro do canadense. O desvio saiu fraquinho. A vida do Maxime Pepot. É o Lukic.
Artilheiro da Liga Romena na última temporada com 20 gols, em 90.
A tentativa do passe mais à frente. Dedic. Mais o passe mais à frente. Recebe agora o Bayraktarevic.
E a bola já é de novo da seleção canadense. Vai ter o lateral, o Canadá vai na cobrança, o Lairea. Já autorizou a cobrança o juizão, vai voltar, ó. O Lairea vai ganhando espaço, ele vai mandar voltar. É rigor no posicionamento do lateral, não tem essa não. Mas a cobrança lá na frente. Busca ali o Oluwaseyi, na segunda ele consegue ganhar. Não ganha o Jonathan David, Eustáquio pro Jonathan David, tentativa da dividida ali com o Kolasinac. A bola sobra nas mãos do goleiro Vasily. Ação de 13 minutos é o primeiro tempo. Você ligado em todo o Brasil curtindo Copa do Mundo na Casé TV. É só o segundo dia. Sai jogando a Bosnia com o Kolemovic. Deixa o passe mais à frente com o Tahirovic. E o passe totalmente errado na direção do Kolasinac. Cobrança rápida pro Buchanan. Lá vem o Canadá. Ainda ninguém na área. Agora sim a chegada do Oluwaseyi. Afasta a defesa. A bola pela linha de fundo. É escanteio pro Canadá pela direita.
Olha a velocidade da cobrança de lateral. É isso que o Jesse Martin prega. Rapidez, velocidade, atacar, estilo vertical. Não tem muita conversa, não tem muita cadência.
Preocupação aí pro goleiro Vasily. Escanteio é curto. Agora sim vem o cruzamento, bola para dentro da área. Tentativa do desvio do Oluwaseyi mais uma vez. Tenta sair em velocidade agora o time da Bósnia. A bola bateu no juizão. Bateu no juizão, interrompeu ali o contra-ataque. Ele vai ter que dar a bola ao chão.
O Ricardo tá perguntando qual jogador que a gente pode ficar de olho de cada lado, que a gente ainda não destacou tanto. Do lado do Canadá, eu destacaria o Ismael Koné, meio-campista, meio-campista área a área, muito intenso, acabou tendo febre durante a semana, mas foi pra jogo. E por parte da Bósnia, eu destacaria Bajraktarevic pela direita.
Olha o Koné, essa bola pro Oluwaseyi na velocidade. Lá vem o Canadá, o cruzamento fechado lá dentro da área. Passa pelo Jonathan David, vai evitar a saída o Buchanan. Tem mais Canadá ainda no campo de ataque. Onde já tá o Koné? Tem a tentativa do passe para dentro da área. Afasta o Buchanan. É o Canadá saindo a altíssima velocidade e o Koné metendo quase na cara do gol o Oluwaseyi, Donan.
O Eustáquio é o cara que controla mais o jogo, ela tá sempre perto da bola para tentar cadenciar, né, para tentar oferecer uma pausa. O Koné é o cara que dá velocidade. Ele circula o campo inteiro, como falou a Amandinha. É um motorzinho desse meio campo, o jogador do Sassuolo.
Aí o Miller, para cima da marcação, já vem ajuda. Deixa mais atrás, Lairea. Miller mais uma vez. Agora tá no mano a mano. É no X1, vai levar na linha de fundo. Cruzamento, bola pra segunda trave. A subida do Kolasinac para afastar. Completa ali o Memic. A sobra vai ser do Eustáquio mais uma vez. Tem mais Canadá. A torcida vai junto. Cruzamento pra dentro da área. A sobra batida. Defendeu, Vasily. Esperto o goleiro, bem colocado. A bola que sobrou limpa para finalização dentro da área, ó. Mal afastada, deu uma canelada na bola. O Dedic, e quase que ele faz uma assistência.
A seleção bósnia sofre com algumas segundas bolas, acaba ficando mal alguns momentos para a entrada da área. Jonathan David muito ligado e belíssima defesa do Nikola Vasily, goleiro que a gente acompanhou na tela da Casé TV na última temporada na Bundesliga, goleiro do São Paulo.
E a Bósnia, sofrendo muito com a pressão alta do Canadá, né? O Canadá sufoca essa série de bola Bósnia. E aí o que resta? Ligação direta, lançamento. Acaba sempre devolvendo essa bola para a equipe canadense. Consegue ter meio campo, né? A gente viu muito pouco do Tahirovic, que é um cara importante para conduzir a bola. A gente viu muito pouco do Basic, que é um cara que sai um pouquinho mais do jogo, porque o Canadá vai pra esse estilo. Olha o Jesse Martin, amigo.
Ele joga junto.
É, tem que jogar junto. É Copa do Mundo, é em casa, é a estreia do Canadá no primeiro jogo da história de uma Copa do Mundo no Canadá.
Quem é, Silvio?
Ali era revolta porque a bola veio limpinha pro artilheiro, né?
Quem era vocês? Bosnia, né? Algo que era.
E desperdiçou uma ótima chance.
É a Copa do Mundo pegando fogo e o chat já tá naquele modo, né? Modo colecionador compulsivo. Então se liga aí, a Coca-Cola chegou com uma proposta daquelas, hein? Já pensou em ter uma figurinha sua, personalizada de Copa do Mundo? Agora dá para criar sua figurinha digital personalizada no estilo Panini mesmo, aquela do álbum, para adicionar a sua coleção. É isso mesmo, aponta aí o celular pro QR Code, faz o cadastro no site e cria sua figurinha para entrar oficialmente no clima da Copa. É você com cara de jogador, com cara de jogadora de Copa do Mundo. Basta escanear o QR Code aí na promoção da Coca-Cola. Sensacional, hein? Já fez a sua figurinha, Duna?
Vou fazer hoje.
É figurinha de Copa do Mundo, cara. Você põe no álbum.
É, exatamente. Você imagina? Tô quase completando o álbum, viu?
Não jogo mais, filha agora.
No caso da TV dá pra trocar muita figurinha.
Eu preciso trazer a figurinha das minhas filhas pra cá. Olha a proteção bem feita aqui pelo Eustáquio. Tenta colocar velocidade de novo. O Canadá, o lançamento era pro Luachei. Bom corte no corte. Insiste o time canadense. Larea tentava o passe pro Miller. Mais uma vez corta a defesa. Quem tirou dessa vez foi o Mugaremovic. E a falta tá marcada.
Escapou de um cartão o Eustáquio, né? Falta no Bayraktarevic, o jogador que eu estava destacando antes, o Esmin Bayraktarevic, atleta do PSV. Ele é um dos da diáspora bósnia. Atleta que nasceu nos Estados Unidos. A família do Bayraktarevic acabou saindo da Bósnia, fugindo da guerra. Foram parar primeiro na Suíça como refugiados, depois para os Estados Unidos. Ele nasceu em Appleton, desculpa. Jogou pelas seleções de base dos Estados Unidos, mas passou a atuar pela Bósnia e é uma peça-chave.
Que hay que darle un crédito.
A bola vai sobrar com o Luachei. Ele ganha a primeira tentacional. Miller no meio do caminho.
Lukic. Die zijn gewicht in de schaal probeert te werpen. Luachei, niet alles lukt. Maar dreigend is hij wel. Bosnië komt daar goed uit. Diepgang nu Bayraktarevic. Laria in achtervolging. Corner voor...
Tough football player, Stakio. Years at Porto and Portugal, playing in high pressure situations for sure, and they don't mind throwing tackles around there, but you got to be careful because we've already seen a booking already. You don't want to get yourself behind there because there's a fine line between being aggressive and pushing it too far.
Away by Cornelius from under the nose of Lukic. Dedic did well to tiptoe his way out of a tight position. Bayraktarevic after this one, and Larea was strong in the challenge.
Richie Larea is another one to get stuck in too, and if there's probably a favorite to get sent off for Canada, it would be Richie Larea. He does enough that he gets a touch on it, that the referee sees that and he says, fine, we'll give a corner kick for that.
Good challenge and good positioning by the man in the middle, who's now just making sure that nothing untoward's happening in that 6-yard box. Oh, it's a lovely flick on, and it's a Bosnia goal! Bosnia and Herzegovina make their presence felt on the global stage. They are up and running at the World Cup finals. A set play situation pays dividends.
Absolutely brilliant from Bosnia. This is what they knew they were going to get Canada. And did they ever get it? Second phase, little flick on, and then Lukic gets the end on it. Absolutely sitter for him in the end. Get pulled, pushed, lots of action going in there, but with this physicality, the toughness of this Bosnia side show through. Well deserved. Great set.
Oh, the contrast of emotion that sport dishes out. Delight and despair in equal measure, just in an instant. One touch of the ball, the merest flick of the ball, really, and it changes everything. Scored by a player who didn't make any appearances in qualifying for this competition. He's had the season of his life in Romania after previously struggling to make his mark in his homeland. Well, now the whole world knows about him.
The goal scored just right underneath all the support in the section of the Bosnians. They got to witness a very, very special moment.
And that just brings the first half to a pause as we take on one of the many hydration breaks that we'll see at this summer's competition. Well, you mentioned the frustration that Canada will feel. Chances coming, chances going, they're not being taken, which has been a common problem, and all of a sudden a sting in the tail.
Yeah, that's exactly what obviously Bosnia.
Ele copy करे मिलने पूरे दे
Eu tô andando aqui, tá o bloqueio.
देखे ना
Bloqueio. Aí, bola.
लोगे फिर इसमें से ये कॉपी करे मिलने पूरे
Eu vou lá andando tá.
मिलने नहीं मेरा कहाँ है पानी रहेगा अस्तिको कहाँ आउँदैन यो अन्त गइरहेको त्यो कुन गेमको आयो
अर्को आयो होइन
कुन गेम हो मेरो
त्यहाँ कहाँ आयो गेमहरू नि
हैन बनाइदिने यसो के गेम 1 क्यामेरा एक्सेस browser. उल्टे पर आते हैं टाइम है टाइम उल्टे पर नहीं आते
Yeah, why not? I mean, you get to a situation where it was against the odds. You could say that they were going to make this World Cup by having to play 2 playoff rounds to actually get to the World Cup and qualify as late as they possibly did.
And they weren't fancied in either the semi-final or the final, but managed to squeeze through with diligent defending and sharp penalty shooting.
You know, we've seen this with Canada when they get the open chances. They've been closed down so quickly. That's another tight call.
Larea thought he had a bit more time than he actually had. Kone breaking free for Canada to try and make something of it. Buchanan was there hovering. Oluwaseyi trying to pick him out.
Good spell for Canada. Got Bosnia on their heels at the moment.
Now they could be in business. All that was missing was the finish and that bit of composure from Oluwaseyi.
Yeah, another really good opportunity for Oluwaseyi, and for Canada, this time he gets it on his left foot. He's trying to just put that into the far corner, drawing it into the top corner. Just bouncing around. It didn't settle well for him, but he had to get the shot off. But quality was lacking there and needs to be better.
Eustachio. Johnston for Tejon Buchanan, who's finding it very physical out there at the moment. They're trying to knock him off his stride. Perhaps being careful not to overstep the line too much.
That has been a criticism toward the Canadian team in the past, just pushing it just a little bit too much. Tejon Buchanan is sent off actually recently in a match for a very silly challenge.
Header tucked away and behind by Lukic, who of course made such an impression with his head at the other end of the field.
They've tried a few different things on these corners. They've gone short. They've tried one in the box. They've tried to find men on the top of the box as well, to see what they try here. They know how good they are, Bosnia, in the air.
Fujerol after this, Cornelius as well. They might have got in each other's way. And a chance for a break here, led by Memic. Larea on duty to clear.
Yeah, Ray on the other side of the pitch for Larea to get right across there and do some
He's
good. He's got to be sharp. He's got some pace to be able to deal with anything that they have one-on-one, I would think.
क्यानाडा सुत्दा कति तीनटा वर्ल्ड कप खेल्यो तीनटा हजार
यसमा खेल्यो एक खेलिहाल्यो
2022 मा नि खेल्यो
खेल्यो अन्त
Vancouver born, and that's where Canada go next in this competition. Play the next two games in Vancouver against Qatar and Switzerland. The two sides in this group who meet tomorrow. Here's Kone. Really well to manoeuvre himself into position, but then couldn't really do anything with it.
क्यानाडाको कुनै प्लेयर प्रिमियर लिग खेल्छ हेल्दैन भाइ
One shot on target so far for
क्यानाडाबाट
in
कुनै
this game. An
प्लेयरले
effort from
प्रिमियर लिग
Jonathan
खेल्छ
David as the referee was making sure that Dedic didn't take too long with the throw.
बाहिरको लिग
बाहिर अडिले
खेलिहाल्छ नि
कुन छ त्यो प्लेयर
डेभिस एन्थनी डेभिस
कुन क्लबबाट खेल्छ बायर्नको हो कुन पोजिसन हो
डेभिस लेफ्ट ब्याक जोनाथन डेभिड भन्ने एउटा स्ट्राइकर हो
यो बायर्नकै हो
बायर्न हैन युवे
कहाँको रे
युभेन्टस
युभेन्टस त्यसै एउटा त
In from Eustachio. So crowded in the middle. David was trying to hook that back in. Kolasinac got the final touch. It'll be another one.
Canada were looking at a possible here as their handball. That was ball to hand, in my opinion. Wasn't enough for a penalty for me now. Worth the appeal.
Always worth an appeal, but didn't tick any of the boxes, the criteria for.
The refereeing crew has done a good job here in the first half.
Searching corner, Cornelius rising. Dedic angling it away. Derek Cornelius, one of those who'll be looking to take his chance today, having been named in the squad for the last World Cup, but not featuring at all. There'll be some anxious players on the bench over the course of the next few games, just desperate to get a moment. Desperate to try and make something happen for either side.
Yeah, there's a few players that fought their way into the lineup for Canada. James Nelson, for one.
Goes Buchanan. Bosnia and Herzegovina are on the back foot here, but defending in a determined fashion.
This is what they do. And they're very good at it. But Canada will not change their philosophy. They're going to keep coming as hard as they possibly can, and when they tire, there'll be substitutions and impact players come on.
Towards Cornelius, who got a touch on it as far as Miller. Helping it back in. Once again seen off as far as Kone. Another corner on the way.
Just raining in set pieces here at the moment. Bosnia would like to get the ball, control a little bit, to release some of this pressure because it's coming quick and fast.
Stakir. Kone. Maybe thought about it. Decided to find someone else instead. Fuzerol's header on is pumped away by Maharomovic. That could be interesting from Larea, but David couldn't reel it in.
Difficult take for any player to take one that high coming over your shoulder in the box. Difficult touch, but if his touch is on, he would have created himself and opened him up another chance for himself.
Mirovic trying to just give his defenders a bit of respite. Marek Tarovic, who has that ability out wide to run with the ball, gather a bit of time, gain a bit of ground. Dedic trying to hitch a ride. Conceded. Canada are very much enjoying themselves with the ball in this game. It's the end product that's the problem. And Bosnia are happy to sit in with the lead they have.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's it. I mean, Canada can look really good in the build-up and possession, but they just haven't had an end product. That needs to change, and quickly. Hasn't been good enough up top.
Johnston just given a nudge by Amar Mimic. Just given a warning there. He helped the ball travel away.
You ball the danger, right?
Be seen by some as a time-wasting technique.
You ball the 5 points or so you ball.
Both sides have come into this game today on good, strong, unbeaten runs.
Ball charge on Corsari ball.
Baro, 7 over 1. तो बेटर से काले हट जाते हैं।
हाँ तो ही बार है।
तो कॉर्नर आने आना पड़ेगा फिर कॉर्नर स्लो 5 सेकेन्डभित्र थ्रो हानेन भने अपोनेन्टले पाउँछ होइन
त्यसैकै
त्यस्तै नियम हो क्या
नहेरेर केही बुझाइन
5 सेकेन्डभन्दा धेरै होल्ड गरेको छ भने थ्रो नै अगाडि हुन्छ कर्नर पनि त्यही हो 8 सेकेन्ड अनि जहाँबाट सब्स्टिट्युट भइस् नि त्यहाँ जुन त भएको नजिकबाट एक्टिभ पोइन्टबाट निक्लिहाल्नु पर्यो
राम्रो
अनि सेकेन्ड येलो कार्डमा भिआर देखिन्छ डाइरेक्ट सेकेन्ड येलो कार्ड आयो भने दिएर पाउँदैन अनि कर्नरमा नै भिआर चेक टच छ कि ल बाहिर निस्किनुपर्छ अरे इन्जुरहरू नजाएको भने बाहिर निस्किनुपर्छ उठाएर त्यो नियम थाहा थिएस् अब यहाँ इन्जुर भएपछि नाटक पर्दैन नि उठेन भने त्यसले बाहिर बाहिर राख्यो 1 मिनटसम्म भित्र बसेर नाटक हुने जो इन्जुर हो त्यसलाई र मेडिकल टिमलाई बाहिर चार मिनट छ free kick पाए चांस हो गया
That in the direction of Canada. Quite possibly a final chance to make something happen in the first half for the hosts. Great view of the referee making sure he could see where that ball was rolling. Oh, Johnston put his boot through that, and it needed to be blocked. Fantastic work. Good work from Johnson to get in those positions too. He's not normally in there. Bosnia obviously quality defender, working that, talking to his defenders, organizing, getting tight, getting.
Security कारण
US को मान्छे थिए नि
यसको मान्छे भइहाल्यो सेनेगल भयो सोमालिया अफ्रिकन देशहरु के
ए रेफ्री थिएन पाएन त रेडी भएर चलेको सोल्टी थियो त्यो झन् फेममा आयो
अन्त
उहाँले कम स्वागत गरेथे
रेस्पेक्टेड रेफ्री भन्थे अफिसर
First half सक्यो थम्बनेल हाल्यो नि
हामीले हाल्दैन हामीले हाल्दैन
हाल्यो हेर्न कस्तो
त्यही त लाइक वाला त्यो सबै के हुन्छ त्यो रुम वालामै
म थम्बनेल बनाउने भएन देख्न लाग्यो कि भाइ
आज आउने नि सुतेछु कि आनन्दले गर्नु
बिदा कार्यमा हैन के भेट्नु
बाबा र मम्मी आउनु थियो 1 बजेदेखि 5 बजेसम्म पुरै आनन्दले सुते आमा
पढ्न गएछु होइन
गएन हामी ड्राइभिङमा
के रे
ड्राइभिङ क्लास बिहान हुन्छ नि त्यो के ड्राइभिङ क्लासेसको त्यो
ए के भयो अस्ति लेख्यो
पास भइहाल्छ नि त्यसमा के गर
कहिले ट्राई
4 गते
ए कहाँको क्लास गस
हजुर
कहाँको ड्राइभिङ क्लास गस
भनेको त्यो के चलाउन जाने के त्यो
अझै कहाँ कुन ठाउँमा के
त्यो यही त्यो सनराइजको ट्याक्की साइडमा हो त एउटा
ए কোন গেম হবে ফার্স্ট হাফ 45 মিনিট? Oh, shoot this guy, right? Shoot this guy.
Rilevo. Rile Ramadan sebenarnya.
Kiri?
Rile dah Rile. Reels. All the times is open back.
Well, Canada emerge with plenty to do in the second half, but also buoyed by their first half showing. Bosnia and Herzegovina waiting to stride out with the comfort of a one-goal lead, but of course a lead that is slender, underlined by the attacking threat posed by Canada in the first 45 minutes.
Yeah, you know, the atmosphere at halftime is a little subdued. It's perfect for Bosnia to take on the second half with a 1-0 lead, taking their opportunity on a set piece, which they're very good at. We saw that happen with the crosses in the box. against Wales late in the 87th minute to tie that up and win on penalties, and then another late one against the Italians in the 79th minute across the Dzeko got a header on and was banged in after that. So, you know, they're in a good position. They know how to defend. They like it. They've been good at it, and they're building in confidence. And Jesse Marsch here, he's got to get things going. He hopes that they can finish in front of goal. He tries to be really positive, and I'm sure he was, but at the same time, that was a gift for Jonathan David. He's got to bang those in the back of the net.
Team talks have been done. I wonder what's been said and indeed how it's been said as well. See what effect that has perhaps on the players in a moment when we get back underway. Well, the only host nation to lose their opening match at a World Cup prior to this competition was Qatar in 2022. They lost 2-0 to Ecuador. Bosnia and Herzegovina straight away from the off, looking to try and build on that lead. Lively play that we've come to expect from Demirovic.
That was a good play, hitting it early as well, testing Max Crepa, who hasn't had much to do as far as saves go. Picking the ball out of the net once, but that was a quick shot, a lot of power. And Demirovic is definitely dangerous, and he can get in that offensive zone. They got to be very careful with this character. Excellent strike, well held.
A rare strike from open play in this game, in fairness, because 12 shots rained in, or attempts rained in the first half. 10 of them came from set pieces. In that sense, the opportunities have come from a bit of a sort of stop-start scenario. But there's been plenty going on in the middle of the park as the game has unfolded. Will bounce all the way back to Max Crepa.
Game sound.
De Fougerolles, who was named kind of the Soccer Young Player of the Year in 2025. Foiled by the sliding Nikola Katic. Johnston, Eustachio, Oluwaseyi, trying to keep it short.
Nice.
Beautiful, wonderful play. And Nikola Vasil had to dig Bosnia and Herzegovina out of trouble.
Not a bad bit of a skill there on there, just skinning the player coming around the inside and really opening things up, and the big goalkeeper does very good shape on that. Hard cross across the face was very, very well done with a strong wrist.
Encouraging moments for both sides in the opening couple of minutes of this second half. Oluwaseyi looking to help it into the path of Eustachio. Vasil just sees it away.
Canada versus Bosnia.
Always that threat of the breakaway from the side in the lead. Just able to sit in a little bit, considering they have that, albeit slight, breathing space.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to change their philosophy, looking for a ball over top.
Oluwaseyi came for that. Nikola Vasil. A nasty collision between the two. Before we can start picking the bones through what may or may not have gone wrong there, you just hope that both emerge unscathed from this.
Looks like a nasty challenge for sure. Both of them coming together. Physical, challenging, competitive. And we're going to have a really close look at this to see exactly what happens here, because there certainly was some contact. Who got to the ball first? All these different things are going through the officials' mind at the moment, and it will be looked at, of course.
Players will just take a moment to sort themselves out while we have a look at this and see what happened and exactly where it happened as well, because there was a claim for offside.
It was tight. It was tight. I think he was probably just on. And then there. Good goalkeeping.
What is it?
That's excellent goalkeeping. You can get that wrong. If you get that wrong, that's going to be a penalty, and you got to get it smack on. And it's a split-second decision. And this goalkeeper's made a couple good saves, couple good cutouts on crosses. Here's the one I'm going to talk about here. Really, it's been a skill there, opening things up. And the goalkeeper does well with a strong wrist, getting down on a dangerous cross from Canada. And it is a free kick to Bosnia and Herzegovina for offside. It's a communication between the officials. Well done, the officials, because they did that very, very quickly. Got the result right. Now Liam Miller taking it by the scruff of the neck. The pass just a little overcooked. Has that ability to make things happen, also to really charge on, to change from defence into attack.
No, yes, sir.
Foul on Diffusion. He'll be encouraged, certainly. Says this is the best 26-man squad that Canada's ever assembled. So frustrated at the injury issues that he's had to deal with over the last couple of weeks. He really felt if this one was all 100%, then they can have a really good crack at this competition. I would agree with that. The strongest squad that Canada's ever put together. You just don't want to disappoint into this position.
Net na over khele the
there's a lot of good things as well for Canada, the way they're playing.
One part सक्लियो, second part सक्लियो, third part में बल्ला.
Stakia. Elias there to help him out. Routine gather for a goalkeeper who's been on the money in this second half. Buchanan. By the experienced Kolasinac. He's favourite to step in once again and see this one roll all the way out. They call him the tank. It's hard to get around him in that kind of situation.
Yeah, he's been around. He's been so successful. Had an absolutely wonderful career. 32 at the moment. He plays Schalke, Arsenal, Marseille.
He'll delight his manager with the performance he's putting in. Both head coaches now just over their shoulder, thinking about how they can tinker with things to make a change here and there.
Interesting to see who makes that first move.
Canada. Come. Canada.
Free kick taken a little too swiftly. Araya's ball. This is Liam Miller. Bailing Bosnia out. Surely that was destined for the net until he intervened. Defend for your lives. What an absolute brilliant passage to play from Canada. Good shot on that, cleared off the line. We're just talking about how experienced he is reading the game. And the tank gets in there, rattles it off the bar, and somehow Canada again doesn't score. 3 glorious chances in this game for Canada. Luke de Fougerolles booked for his challenge. There's some momentum building over his side here. What a touch that was, though, from Kolasinac, and obviously very off the bar. They're in for a kick in the air. He's a brave goalkeeper. Ermedin Demirovic seemed
destined to skip through
Fucking
for number 2.
Yeah, we talked about this, how you're just going to be patient, build that foundation on defense, and you'll get chances. You'll get one over the top, you'll get one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and that's what happened. Max Crepo, very good goalkeeping off his line very, very quickly. Cleaning down that space, just gets enough on it. Just enough on it for not to be a penalty.
Real heart-in-mouth moment there for all those in white.
What a brilliant clearance that is. Because he's facing his goal. He's only about 3 yards out. Somehow clears it.
Comes the corner. Crepo got a hand to it, which in the end proved to be enough. And now the breakaway. David couldn't quite slip it through to Oluwase. Mustachio pouncing on the loose ball. This is Miller. Not what he intended. Certainly not what he's truly capable of in the moment.
Miller's generally more on the left-hand side. Going over the quality of that because he sets his own standard, but his crossing generally is very good.
Options being considered on the Canada bench. As the man with the gloves shows his worth. Maxime Crepo plying his trade in Orlando City these days. Here's David. Oh, the deflection was key there. And celebrated hugely as well by Nikola Katic. He knows he had a big impact on that ball from Canada's number 10. Feels a little bit like the first half, doesn't it? Football's going one way, but the goals aren't coming in that direction, and there's always a threat going the other way.
Yeah, if they bury that one, Bosnia, Canada would be in desperate trouble. Good goalkeeper by Max Crepo, who has a history for pulling Canada out of trouble.
Now, Bosnia and Herzegovina there have given away a throw-in. One of the new rules that's come in here, of course, Sead Kolasinac took longer than 5 seconds to take the throw, so the referee lost patience with him and awarded it to Canada. Just one of those new things we'll see plenty of over the next few weeks.
I gotta say, I like it. I like it. You know, we have enough time wasting in this game that they needed to clamp down on it. I like that fact that it's in the discretion of the official, of course, but he's on it, and he's been more than fair with the rule, in my opinion.
You'll see him there holding the handle off, the fingers counting down from 5. He'll do the same with goal kicks that he feels are being taken in a slow fashion, and if they're too slow indeed to be taken, the corner kick will be the punishment. All part of the idea that we want to see the ball in play more, we want to see more creative play. You can still manage the game, but you have to do it in a sensible way. Forward towards Katic. Lukic with a header back. Kolasinac keeping it alive. Crepo came a fair way for that at the cost of a corner.
The sun might have had a little bit to do with that. I would like my goalkeepers to try to collect that if you possibly can. He's not the largest goalkeeper in the world as well, but it's safety first on that decision to punch it clear.
Oh, it's a free header, and Mohanovic didn't make the most of it.
Just couldn't get underneath it, really. It was just a little bit high. He's under some pressure. Difficult one to keep down.
Tahirovic did well there under considerable pressure. A trio of Canada substitutes ready to take to the field. It's the header that went to right from a Bosnia point of view.
three attacking players being set to come on for Canada. He's going to really go for this. Jesse Marsh.
Cornelius cutting that one out. Mustachio from Miller. Inovic right there with him. Kone. Fairview wanting him to unleash the ball. Picking out Miller instead. Tahirovic once again makes sure that Bosnia have an element of control. About to see changes aplenty, it would seem. This the offside from a few moments ago.
Good decision. It's the right decision. VAR with some help there, and this was as that built up the ball into the box. Vasic does very, very well, getting to the ball first as well against Tani Oluwase. Good goalkeeping, even though it turned out to be offside by a shoulder.
So let's have some changes then. We'll start with 3 from a Canada point of view. Liam Miller, the first to depart. Of course, players have to step off the field swiftly at this year's tournament as well. If you don't leave the field quickly enough, the player coming on to replace you is not allowed to come on until the next break of play, at least a minute after the change was due to take place. It's the end for Jonathan David.
And the clock sort of starts on the last substitution when you have multiple substitutions. 10 seconds to leave the field. It'll be 10 seconds after the third substitution, as you just saw there for Canada.
Absolutely right. Armin Gigovic coming on here. It's the end for Lukic, who's had his moment, and Basic, who's been part of that midfield battle.
The big man Lukic did his job, got a goal, worked very, very hard, put a shift in for Bosnia. Well done.
Lorea cleared, and then Felty was caught. Indeed, the free kick is given. Tried to play the advantage there, the officials.
Luka Vasco in this both
Yeah, let that one go just a little bit longer. And you said try to play the advantage and then called it back.
Formation of the various changes that were made. Tejon Buchanan, Liam Miller and Jonathan David all leaving the field. Lukic also departing from a Bosnia point of view. Tahirovic under pressure, and unfairly so.
Well, Promise David, who just entered the field, he is an absolute monster. Monster, so strong, and sometimes that works against him. But they will have a handful with him. Very, very fortunate to be at this World Cup. It didn't look as though his injury was going to heal before the World Cup, but it did. And Jesse Marsh was happy to pick him and bring him into the game and into the squad. And he can offer something a little bit different, a little bit more direct, a little bit bigger as well. And they're hoping that somebody can find the back of the net with the chances that they've had.
Oluwase with the ball on.
Nice.
This is Ahmed. Nicely done. A sprawling challenge from Tahirovic.
Oh.
This defensive work being celebrated as if they've scored goals from the likes of Kolasinac, Katic.
Lovely
feet to create the opening. Where's this going to go?
Just needs a half a yard. Does quite well Ahmed, tricky
मैं
customer.
रोनाल्डो
Fresh legs
कुछ और से
comes
चाहिए
in.
रोहित
This
की
one that probably stayed. There's a little bit of a shirt pull there, but
हाँ
probably not enough for a
हाँ
penalty. Certainly a little bit of grappling going on in the box against the big man.
पकड़ में से लेके देंगे वरना ऐसी
Johnston retreating. Find his goalkeeper. Approaching the midway point in the second half. Bosnia and Herzegovina still in the box seat for the points.
मम्मी जान धेरै अस्ति नै सस्तो सामान पाउँछ त्यहाँ न मलाई एउटा ब्याग थियो त्यहाँ मम्मीले थाहा पाउनु चाहिँ कुन ठाउँ भन्छ मम्मी मम्मीको त अफिस जाने बाटोमा पर्ने त्यो दोकान त्यो ठाउँ पनि
Gets it out of his feet, gets a half yard, again closed down incredibly quickly. Time and space just closes down, and they've been brilliant, Bosnia, in doing that. Credit for that.
दुईटा मगाएको थिएँ एउटा बार्सेको मगाएको थिएँ अनि एउटा लिभरपुल मगाएको थिएँ त्यो अहिलेको सिजनको 26 वाला के त्यो
Looking for the newly arrived Samid Majdar. Provides that bit of unpredictability up top. Schaffelberg. Nicely brought down. And there's the header, and once again, Bosnia and Herzegovina well stocked at the back at the vital moments.
Incredible. It really is incredible. Bosnia, just the way they defend and get away with things as well. You got to criticize Canada's finishing, obviously, but give it credit where it's due because Bosnia have done an exceptionally good job with that. As legs are starting to tire, I think, David, we might see a little bit more openings on both sides of the pitch because Bosnia and Canada can still, create something offensively on a counterattack very quickly.
Ahmed, nicely done. Estacio trying to put it into a dangerous area, and then there's far too much on that from the Norwich City man.
The three substitutes have already shown some class and being on the front foot, as Canada's been for a long time, and another one off the line. Didn't get a lot of power on it, but well defended, protecting the goalkeeper and the goal.
It's a difficult watch when you're under pressure. There'll be some celebration if Bosnia hold on to their lead, and they might even stretch it here. Two to look for in the middle. Canada players hurrying back to help out. Kolosinac. An angled header which was never quite going to find a colleague in the middle. Canada looking full of energy here.
Counter.
Particularly those who've just bounced off the bench.
Oh,
what do I say? Was just caught.
Good call, stood on his foot, got in front. Canada's been first to the ball on many occasions in the final third. And what's new? Another defense position for Bosnia.
And it goes from Ahmed. Here's a free kick and indeed a hydration break. Two stars of the NFL from the Detroit Lions. Wide receiver Amon Ross and running back
NFL player, NFL.
Gibbs, both here taking in the action.
They knew the amount of people that were Bosnian in that area. And then they come to Canada. Many of them followed from St. Louis, obviously come over from Bosnia. There's some 30,000 in the city. That has to be incredibly inspiring for a team that need a little bit of energy when the time comes in the final moments, in the final 20 minutes of any single match. Support has been second to none. It's been fun having Bosnia in the city.
Has been superb to hear the noise, to see the colour brought by both sets of fans here today. They are willing their sides on to victory. Just wonder if there's a twist in the tail here, whether there'll be some reward for Canada for their hard work so far, or whether Bosnia and Herzegovina will stay strong at the back and find something else going forward. Certainly have the right kind of weather for it. A super day here in Toronto. And it's given us plenty to enjoy on the field as well. Both of these sides will have a keen eye on the game between the other two sides in this group tomorrow. See what unfolds in San Francisco. It's not only the players who are rehydrated during the break, the pitch being watered as well to keep everything quick and slick. And it's not a bad idea to just play in the spray as the game is about to get underway again.
Yeah, I should cool it down a little bit with a little spray. Nice, it's a good idea to water the surface, makes it obviously slick and great passing pitch. The pitch is absolutely like a carpet. Well done to the staff at Toronto Stadium.
So where does the game go from here, I wonder? 19 minutes to play, plus whatever is added. So far in this tournament, we've had two teams victorious in their matches. Bosnia and Herzegovina trying to become the third from three. Luke de Fougerolles turned into trouble, just about got away with it. Kone is down for the time being. Johnston steps in, Kone still on the ground. Jacob Schaffelberg sold Kone a little short. Kone's furious with that. The reaction from his opponent and also the decision given against him.
Yeah, you can't. Referees don't want to see that. He's done a good job to this point, and I think Tanny does, although Essie does very, very well getting right up to him right away, pulling him away from the referee before he got a yellow card, because that was only a split second away. A little shot of Alfonso Davies on the bench.
Yeah, all he can do at the moment is watch. Jesse March saying yesterday that he's healing well. They've scanned him to make sure that the injury he picked up is improving. Just not quite there, ready to really make an impact. As Bosnia look for a double change here. Ivan Šunjić is going to come on, as is Karim Alibegovic. the end for
क्या गेम
Memic
चूतिया गेम है यार
and Tadic.
चूतिया गेम है यार चूतिया
Just
गेम
not really seen too much of today. He's had to defend a fair bit rather than attack in his usual way. Challenge from Dedic wasn't appreciated by some in the crowd or on the field.
Schapelberg has been lively since he's come on in this match. He certainly has the pace too to get behind some tired legs if he's given some space, but that's not really happened. Celebrate the defenders of Bosnia. Every single time they clear it at this point, because they scored a goal, and it's the same difference. That's what they're good at.
Diana को बनाएंगे बेल करते हो Diana को USA
Thomas David ahead of him. He's not able though to impose himself
बोली और को बहना
on the game in that moment.
ब्राजील को बोली हो मंची हो
Well and truly played his part
और वो
defensively
बहना
today.
चार बजे बोली है ना बोल आज बोली आज बहना बोली रहा
Haramovic, who's been key at the back alongside Katic. On from Gigovic, who goes again, but for the intervention of Cornelius. Kyle Larin is hovering from a Canadian point of view, as Jesse Marsh considers his attacking options.
Indeed,
the change is made. Tani Oluwaseyi is replaced.
The initial change when Larin was left out of the starting lineup is because he's trying to find somebody that can find the back of the net, because Larin has struggled with that. But he's going to give him his chance to shine. He scores another guy that scores in bunches as well. He's done very well at Southampton since moving across there. A new deal is done for Larin as well to extend his stay with Southampton.
Yeah, before the game today, there was a lot of optimism around this game. Certainly the likes of Ryan Reynolds piling in here today, hoping to see Canada flourish. We've seen plenty of positivity from them and trying to get Kyle Larin through there to finish things off.
नहीं चार का समय उसके चार का समय होता है बोल जान देने ना कोई नहीं नहीं तो कि ट्रायल दिए बसी बॉल ना उन सब से
15 yards or so further forward than it
should be. हाँ इधर जाने देने ना अर्जेंटीना का गेम्स वेडनेसडे बहुत फास्ट तो
Kone
और घुमाइना
for Canada.
Aquí de दिन रही है हाँ तेस्ता हूँ लहम हाँ बेला फिर
Cornelius.
हाँ बी यार हाँ ठक्के दे दिन रही है हेरी 11 बजे
Bosnia and Herzegovina set in their formation, just saying, come and attack us then. Make something happen then. Canada looking to oblige here. It's Kyle Larin!
Oh, look at Canada and they
The goal-scoring feeling they craved on their own patch. Kyle Larin steps forward for Canada from the bench to delight all those watching on.
And that's what we were on the
And how the game changes in a flash.
Isn't football brilliant? You can be on the front foot, you can be defending really well, and then just like you say, in a flash, it changes. Jesse Marsh has gone full out with attack. He's made 4 really offensive decisions here to get an opportunity to go for a goal, to get at least a point from this game.
and Larin hasn't disappointed like he has done on many occasions. You can't get away from that. That's a quality finish from a player that's had a lot of confidence with what he's done at club level with Southampton. Might have taken a little nick off the defender, but very, very good. Absolutely brilliant on his first touch, wasn't it? Absolutely brilliant. Well done, Jesse Marsh.
A goal that is well worth a high five. A fine finish from someone who's had to wait and watch as the game has unfolded, trying to visualize an opportunity, and then when it comes, trying to take it. He has struggled for goals of late. He's got a big one there. 1 second short of 2 minutes after coming on. Kyle Larin has an impact.
Now what's Canada going to do? What's Bosnia going to do? What are the decisions these coaches are going to make at this stage? Do they hold on to the 1-1? It's not the end of the world for either side. Or does Canada keep the pressure on? I am going to say the latter. I think they're going to try to keep the pressure on, but they're going to have to be very careful defensively because Bosnia have some players out there that could make a difference.
Oh, it's bobbling around and they're really trying to make things happen up there. Larin once again involved. Promise David with the strike and then crumbling into a heap.
Yeah, Promise David gets a knock here, but we're going to have a look at the actual replay of the goal itself. Onside. Confirmation. Everything is legal. Good turn, good strength. Yeah, a little nick there off Katic that nestles it right in the bottom corner. A helpless goalkeeper who's played pretty well.
Semi-automated offside helping the officials confirm the goal. And we really do have a game on our hands now with 9 minutes of regulation time to play plus whatever is added. The positivity from Bosnia and Herzegovina is in the balance for the moment. He would have appreciated the quality of the strike, being a former striker himself, albeit won't have appreciated seeing it go into the back of his side's net.
One criticism for the goalkeeper is that his footwork and ball striking hasn't been really that great in this second half, especially. Hasn't got them into trouble, but needs to be a little bit better.
Forward by Johnston, up towards Larin. The game has changed here with Canada having a fair bit of momentum before the changes, but they're in charge now. The veteran Kolasinac feeling the pace. There are a few in the crowd who might be as well. It's a very sunny day. Day for hats and sun cream. Possibly still for either set of fans a day for real celebration.
Yeah, fortunes have changed. They look good for so long. It's hard to defend for that long a time without conceding. It really is. Inviting pressure on from Canada with 4 really aggressive substitutes by Jesse Marsh. This man has done very well. Great clearance off the line. 3 yards. Experience. And one of the only 2 players in this squad from the 2014 qualifying in Brazil.
Well, they believe now that the game is within their grasp. It is almost time to look to the heavens and hope. The amount of defending Bosnia and Herzegovina have done, particularly in this second half. The change sees Kolasinac replaced by Denis Burnic. Up weapon away from Mahanovic. Alibegovic.
Elijah Begovic, how important he's been in the playoffs, especially for qualifying, coming on as substitutes in both of those games. And only 18 years of age, just an absolute bright spot for this nation, and also a lot of trust in them from the manager as well to give him do very important penalty shots in the shootout.
Bajdar using his physical presence. Canada wanting a free kick, but it's a corner kick instead, going the other way.
Richie Larea claiming there was a little bit of contact, too much on him. He definitely got clipped a little bit. Wasn't enough. Wasn't enough for the referee to make the decision in favor of the Canadians.
Corner flies in. I feel he was never set for the strike there. Vernic still alive here for Bosnia and Herzegovina, though. And Canada have to be careful with the challenges defensively. Schaffelberg leading the charge. 5 minutes remain, plus whatever is added. A match that has largely gone in one direction, but could still go either way.
I would agree with that. They certainly know, and they've done their homework on Schalpenberg, the substitute as well, because he's got wheels. He's really, really quick, so they can't give him any space. And if you're one-on-one, you better make a challenge and get in there and stop him from getting going and getting his wheels going, because he will absolutely skin players, especially with his fresh legs.
One of few players in world football to have his hair given a name. Nicknamed the Tennessee water slide for the way it billows as he runs.
Oh yeah, and he runs with it too. He embraces it.
That will be a corner if it goes, and Katic will struggle to get there. Fair play to him.
He did look like he was struggling, didn't he? Getting tired. He was running in quicksand going by there, but he got his long leg on it and saves it from going out from a corner. They're definitely tiring. They seem to be sitting a little bit further back as this game's going on, because that backline's put an absolute shift in this match. They have to be tired.
Johnston's throw will be retrieved by Eustachio. Kone's after it. So is Bajdar, and on the break. This could be interesting. Demirovic. Bajdar waiting in the middle. Tahirovic joining in as well. It's a little bit a case of who fancies it more now. Who's got that little bit left in the tank?
Is there time for just a little bit of magic from somebody?
Promise David did very well to keep that until he couldn't. And he's calling for a bit more from the crowd, playing cheerleader as well as centre forward.
He's got a wonderful personality, that big lad. He really does, and I'm happy for him that he made the World Cup squad. Had a hip injury playing in Belgium. Super loyal individual as well, not only for country but also for club. And he deserves good things to happen to him, and he certainly works his socks off, and he's certainly giving Canada something a little bit different here than Jonathan David.
The Fougerolles. Forward for Ahmed. He goes again. Helps it back to Kone. Eustachio. Ahmed went again. And it was unceremoniously cleared by Mahanovic.
Coach.
It's tight and it's tense. And it's nerve-wracking if you're involved or you care for either side. As a neutral, it is just fascinating. Bit of respite here, perhaps. Karim Alibegovic. Demirovic from Šunjic. The Fujarol and Eustachio, and moved on to Ahmed. It's a Canada ball.
Bosnia pushing it a little bit, a lot of repetitive fouls. The referee might look into yellow cards, somebody to caution them not to be on that occasion, but some more pressure coming from Bosnia.
Eustachio to take. Everyone back for Bosnia, everyone forward for Canada. It's been the way of the second half in particular. That is meat and drink to a goalkeeper at that level.
Wasteful ball, absolute wasteful. And good goalkeeping, but easy. Picking cherries.
We're going to play at least another 6 minutes.
Good. I am really enjoying this. I don't know about you, David. Like you say, it's on a knife's edge, and anything could happen. It's hard to pick a winner here if we do have one. Because Bosnia's just one pass away from getting in, and Canada been lively with a number of players that can compete for chances and opportunities.
Kill me.
It's a Canada throw, but before that happens, we'll see a Canada change. It's the captain, Steven Eustachio, who makes way, and on comes on his 34th birthday, Jonathan Osorio. What a story it would be
ये Bosnia
if he were to get the ultimate birthday present.
He's got a few goals in him for sure. He scored some important goals. He scored in Mexico City, Azteca for Canada. Very strong player. Been a very, very big part of Toronto SC and the MLS here in the city of Toronto. He's been excellent. Very loyal as well.
Now there's a breakaway. Promise David has been pulled back here. The initial challenge not given as a foul on Karim Alibegovic, but then as Promise David turned, in the eyes of the referee, he fouled Tarik Pohanovic.
Begovic, he looks like he's in some trouble. Goes down hard here. I'm not seeing exactly what his problem was, and then another collision between Promise David. Mohanovic, tough challenge. You don't want to be running into Promise David. That's got to hurt.
Well, everyone's back on their feet. Not the kind of game you want to leave behind, really. Want to be involved right to the end, and there could well be a say in proceedings right at the end. Forward by Dedic. Not an ideal clearance from Promise David. Here's Kyle Larin, who is hauled back by Katic. That is a yellow card at the very least, isn't it? Absolutely no attempt to play the ball.
No, it was a good rugby challenge.
Yeah,
you're bang on there. He didn't make any attempt at all. He was like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna. Here's a great angle for what the referee sees. There you go. Yeah, that was excellent. Excellent.
Just shows the value of that ref cam to see what the officials see. Nikola Katic has been brilliant today.
He's got to be so tired. So tired.
When he was sent off on his Schalke debut, having scored earlier in the game. Jesse Marsch hoping there's one last push from his side as we hurtle towards the final whistle.
No.
Well, that's loose. Picked up by Gigovic. Schaffelberg quickly upon him. Kone.
अभी 4 मिनट बाद 3 मिनट का नहीं हुआ
Sorio. Twisting and turning and weighing up his options. Picking up Ahmed. Trying to angle it into the middle. But claimed by a goalkeeper who's been immaculate when he's needed to be.
Yeah, he's really commanded his 18-yard box very well, the goalkeeper. As we expected from a goalkeeper of his quality. I think one thing we've seen from Canada is what's been a problem for this nation for years is the lack of depth and quality, and I think you can see that there is some depth with the substitutions and the impact that they have actually made in the second halves is coming on, which has got to be promising as well for this tournament moving on, to have those options.
Isn't he speaking मेरे हमारे हाफ टाइम से देखो क्या खा गए ना ये ना वाला था खाल दिया बॉल है खाल दिया 1 मिनट अब
Yeah, they're just parking the bus now, Bosnia. Parking it. They might get a quick counter attack, a couple fresh legs up top, but defensively they are shot. Their legs are done. They put in so much hard work, and they're still pretty well organized, but you can see that they are absolutely getting tired.
Okay.
So close to a second for Canada, but that is the end of an enthralling contest. Canada's first ever World Cup finals point comes on home soil. In some ways they'll cherish it, in other ways they'll very much have felt they could have had 2 more. For both nations, a platform from which to build in the days and weeks ahead. Bosnia frustrated to let a lead slip, but delighted at their defensive efforts. It's been a great game to watch. It ends Canada 1, Bosnia and Herzegovina 1. Well, mixed feelings, I guess, for Canada in particular. Bosnia delighted to take the lead, and then they just...
See you tomorrow.